Okay. I'm just a little bit late. I got distracted talking to the FC, but I have a cute little outfit on now. I don't have the top that I want necessarily for this outfit, but it is a cute top nonetheless. I don't know what it is about this hat. Like, I can have the cutest, like, underlook ever, which, like, she is such a little precious bean. But there's just something about this hat that I love so much. And I want to get used to my character not having a blindfold on constantly, because that kind of limits me in a sense, right? Um, so let's talk to Alfino and get to this show on the road. Forgive me, I realize now that I never asked you what business brought you here. Can I be of assistance? Alize said that, did she? Well, as you can see, I'm quite alright now, unlike her, by the sounds of it. Perhaps you might consider visiting Eorzea next, given his conversance with the idiosyncrasies of the Fae folk. I doubt it will be an issue, but a small part of me worries that they may not relinquish him willingly. As such, I would feel better if you were to look in on our friend, assuming you have the time, of course. Alright, these are all the same price. So I've been slowly going through the Nier Automata raids. I am on number 3 currently. Now the reason why I'm doing them off stream is because it quite is taking me potentially an hour to get into each raid. And that just is not good for content. So, I will do them on stream in the future, hopefully. But as time is, I want to grind out a certain top from them. And that just isn't exactly easy when cute. That just isn't exactly easy to do when you know, I gotta wait an hour for it on stream. That would sorry, audio was muted for you guys. I had to record something the other day that required me not to have audio, which technically is just the BRB starting screen. But we're fine. Only maybe 3 minutes. So should be fine. So in case that I should have the pleasure of welcoming a guest, even as mine own occupation draweth to a close. What bringeth thee hither, my friend? So thou wouldst grant the Exarch a final tour of the realm, which hath been his home for these 100 years. A noble gesture. As for Master Alfino's concerned, thou mayest rest assured that all is well here, far from detaining me. Our Fae friends have agreed to assist in the transportation of these tomes unto the Cabinet of Curiosity. Not more remaineth to be done. Regardless, 'tis that thou didst come, for 'tis well that thou didst come, for I have been meaning to show something to thee. An object I chanced to find after the victory over Elidibus. Um... The... Sorry for that. I'm just... Our FC leader is taking a little bit of a break, so I want to, you know... wish them all the well things and, you know, be kind to it all. Because, you know, Mezzi's made such, like, a loving, caring group on this server. So I just, you know, spreading love. That's what we all gotta do in life. Sorry for that. Thou... Though it has lost its radiance, 'tis unmistakably a crystal of light, one that did, in all likelihood, belong to Ardbert. Having been interred with his body, it would have remained upon his person after his possession by Elidibus. And when his mortal form was, forgive mine indelicacy, consumed by thy foe, to fuel his transformation, I posit that the crystal did tumble free. Save that which abide in thee. It is all that remaineth of our friend, and if thou art willing, I would have thee deliver it unto Seto. I can think of no worthier recipient than he, and no more fitting a bearer than thee. Even as ever thou wilt find the armourer in Wolkdorf. My thanks, Seto. Okay, off we go to see Seto. Seto Kaiba. No, wrong. Wrong Seto. Frog, wrong Seto. Do. I love the music in this area. We're also like right there to, you know, going back to the source with everyone, which is going to be really nice. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that one. Ah, full glad am I to see you safe and well. Rumor spoke of a strange spectral foe bent on your destruction. When the skies return to normal, I assumed all is well again. So, what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Here you go, mine friend.
Is that Ardbert's crystal?
That it is, Seto, that it is.
So it is. It has changed, but I would know it anywhere. However, did you come by it?
You killed a man who hurt your friend dearly.
Then, even in death, his enemies found a way to profit from his sacrifice. Oh, it grieves me to think of his body being used for evil ends. But, thanks to you, his honor is restored, and he may finally find peace.
That he will.
No words can express my gratitude. I will keep this crystal safe to the end of my days.
I love Seto.
Rest easy, my friend. You have earned it.
Does anything strike you different about my soul?
Your soul?
Aw.
How can this be?
Seto, my old friend. You've grown.
Oh, Ardbert, how I've missed you. I'm sorry I couldn't keep you safe, or even console you. Had I only learned to speak sooner, I would have told you how much you meant to me, how much I cared.
Oh, this scene gets me every time.
I knew. I always knew. But I'm happy to hear it nonetheless. Thank you, Seto. My partner in crime.
There's my goofy looking ass again.
I see. His journey continues.
He will always be with us in one way or another.
I will not yet bid him rest. With you, he may look forward to many more adventures. It has been a while since last I flew. Perhaps I too will go on a little adventure? Ride the winds, seek the horizon? Yes, I think perhaps I will.
Oh, wrong. Back to the boy. Off we go to the land that is Eorzea house. Down we go. Hello, my friend. Thou art returned. Tell me, how did Seta receive thine offering? Remarkable. 'Twas fated that thou shouldst be the one to undertake this task, I think. As Ardbert liveth on in thee, so too shall he and his comrade live on in the hearts of the people of Northrend. And their tales now rightly told shall inspire new warriors of light for generations to come. My knee. Now, assuming thou intendest to continue thy tour, I might suggest Thitherbow as thy next destination. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I never turned on my therapy lamp. I never turned on Magni. Hello, Magni. How you doing, little son? Thank you. The task of tidying up one's abode is seldom light work. Yet I suspect Y'shtola is heavier than most. Suffice it to say, a pair of helping hands might not go amiss. Valid, valid, valid. Oh, you look awesome. And what is this? Have you come to spy on me? Does Rianji truly think me so slovenly? The nerve. Loath I am as I am to disappoint, I put my affairs in order some time ago. I've even bade my farewells. To everyone save Runa, that is. He is nowhere to be seen.
Master Matoya.
I love him. I love Runar so much.
For too long I have remained silent, but no longer. I could not bear it if you were to leave. Please, stay.
She can't
I beg of
exactly
you.
stay, bud. She will die.
Runar, please.
I jest. At least in part. What I came to say is this. Thank you. Without your wisdom, your strength, and your kindness to guide us, our people would still be lost. We will never forget you, Master Matoya. Wherever your journeys may take you, you will always be in our hearts.
And you in mine. Remember that your people's journey, that our people's journey is yet ongoing. Your lives will change, and so too will your dreams. Yet come what may, you need not forsake your time-honored traditions, nor less your beliefs.
But neither should you be beholden to them. For it was with curiosity and courage that the Knights Blessed first triumphed over adversity. New knowledge and new wisdom are ever worthy of pursuit.
Indeed they are. And so, until we return to the Sunless Sea, we shall endeavor to live our lives to the fullest.
That is well. But however great your strides, there may yet come a day when the challenges you face cannot be surmounted alone. On such a day...
On such a day.
You may call on me. Since a means to travel between worlds exists, you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. And there remain so many mysteries here that want for solving.
Dawntrail, please let her go to her husband.
Master Matoya!
Runar, really?
I love them so much. I love you, Stella, but I love her with Runar so much more. Um. Honestly, he's a boy in the body of a man. Anyways, it is time we headed back to the Crystarium, shall we? You still have to take the Exarch to Nabatharang. I see. Well, you can look in on Thancred while you're out about it. His will be a difficult farewell. I am sure he would appreciate your support. The path goes through Twine. If you wait there, you are like to meet him on his way back, if not before. Da, da, da. You too. What is this? My bloody name day. No, we're all leaving, bud. I see. Yes, Thancred was here. And Reen too. They said they wanted to go to Nabatharang, so we gave them use of the trolley. That's right. The old girl's up and running again. But we didn't just put her back together, mind you. No, with a little bit of help from Master Chai. We made her faster. And stronger. And sexy, I mean. Oh, yes, the future of trolleys is looking brighter than ever. Whisper it, but I reckon it might be time. Time to reach for the stars with a trolley to dwarf all other trolleys. If you ask me, we'd be better off making them smaller. That way they can fit in narrow shafts. But that's genius! Why didn't I think of that? Enough. You can daydream in your own time. In case you've forgotten, our priority is to have more working trolleys. That's why we turned to Chai News. By the way, not to make the one trolley we've got go faster, we need help getting a few tellers back in working order, see? We're out testing them when your airship came down. As a matter of fact, you seem to have a habit of crashing things. Yes, I do. That's why I have this hat now. We're back. Thank you for the loan of the trolley. Oh, Little. Little, what are you doing here? Don't tell me the others are waiting for us. That's a relief. At any rate, we've done what we came to do, which means I'm ready to leave, or as ready as I'll ever be. Not to pry, but what's going on? You off somewhere? You could say that. No, you're headed home. It's just a simple... I'm just a simple miner and don't know much about this world-traversing business. But the young lady here should be looked after, is she? I'll be fine, thank you. I have a place to stay at the Crystarium and don't want for anything. Besides which, I've no shortage of friends which I can turn to. Friends like you lot. So please, don't worry. I'll be fine, really. If you say so. It'd it be a matter of a life and death, I suppose you have to leave. You have to leave. There we go. But I, for one, would still be torn. If the choice were mine, I'm not sure I could bear to part from my family. No, but it's for the best. Rain has chosen to walk her own path, and she doesn't need me under her feet. Oh, that little smile she gives him. Besides, I have my own responsibilities, and I wouldn't be setting a very good example if I neglected them. Perhaps not, either way. I envy your dilemma. I envy you your dilemma. Well then, young lady, if there's anything you need, anything at all, you're to call on us. It may surprise you, but we can do more than simply offer you trolley rides.
Thank you, Magnus. Everyone.
Then, shall we?
If you're nowhere left to visit, we go back to the Crystarium together.
Yes, let me use an Aetheryte ticket to go 83 gil forward, right?
Oh, it's you.
You're probably wondering why I'm not with the others. It's just, I always knew that everyone would leave one day. And I always hoped and prayed that we would find a way to send them home, but now that the time has come, I just feel lost. Lost and lonely. I don't want our last moments together to be sad. I want to hold myself together, just long enough to say the things I need to say, but I'm not sure I can even do that. We can do it, Rain.
Right. Thank you, Little. I feel braver already. Go on ahead and join the others. I'll be along after I've taken a few deep breaths.
Friends! Hello, Golbez. How you doing, my friend? Friends! Wait a second, do you have the horns on right now? You don't, Sag. Actually, how does that look with my green? Ooh, that wouldn't be too bad. See, I like the helmet with its black. Oh, that felt good. I just got this nice little neck crack out.
That's everyone then. We've all said what we needed to.
Even as we speak, Becklug undertaketh their final inspection of our spirit vessels. When thine own preparations for the journey are complete, thou art to present thyself in the ocular.
Everyone? I want to thank you all, on behalf of the First. You, and Minfilia, and the Exarch. Without each and every one of you guiding us, fighting for us, we wouldn't be standing here now. There wouldn't even be a here. And no words can express our gratitude. We still have a lot to do. Countless trials to overcome. But if it ever seems too much, I'll think of our time together. The happy moments, and the sad. I will remember it all. And it will give me the strength to carry on without you. Because you made me who I am. Minfilia. Reen. To honor these names and these memories, I will stand with all the people of this land and strive for a better tomorrow.
Thancred, I believe the honor of responding should rightfully be thine.
As thy are her father.
I know better than most how much you've grown, and I have every confidence you'll make your people proud. Gods know I'm proud of you. I always will be. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and more.
What a good dad.
Might we also say a few words?
We're surrounded. Kill them all.
Why, this is just about all of you.
To see you off seemed the least we could do. You risked your all for us, fought for a realm not your own. Before you came, we had never known the beauty of the night sky. Or the joy of your company. Though it saddens us deeply to bid you farewell, it has ever been our way to send off friends with a smile. Wherever your road should lead, we shall pray for your safety. And following your brave example, we shall continue to fight for the Crystarium.
With or without us, you've always taken good care of this city. I don't doubt for a moment you'll continue to do so.
Aye. A more resilient people we have never known. As resilient and enduring as the tower that watches over you.
To the last, we did not question the Exarch about his past. It is only now, when he can no longer tell us, that we believe we know the answer. We have heard what became of him, and what is about to be attempted.
All will be well. Of this we are certain. How could it be otherwise, when every soul in the Crystarium is praying for it with all their heart? And so, when our Lord awakens, I bid you give him a message. Tell him he needn't worry about us. That he need no longer hide who he truly is. That he should live his own life to the fullest. And that if he should ever find himself reminiscing on the past with a smile, we shall be smiling with him. Will you tell him this?
Word for word.
Thank you. Please look after him for us.
I dare say we have all the good wishes we can carry. Let us be on our way.
My wind-up mistle. There he runs. It's a United States Postal Service. I really hope that's what I read right.
Well, I suppose it's time. Are you ready, little? Alright, let's not keep the others waiting.
Oh, Mistress Lizzle, I have but this moment shown your associates, and strange to think that I will not have the honor of showing them out again. But I am informed that you yourself may yet return, and I look forward to welcoming you on that happy day. Now, if you would care to follow me.
Hello, Angelo. There you are. I take it you are ready for the journey. The spirit vessels are primed, but our company complete. A word from you, shall we begin? Very good. I shall distribute the vessels at once.
All right, then. Pray proceed as instructed, beginning with your memories.
first step is complete, and all appeareth to be in order.
Well, that just leaves our souls then. We're in your hands, Angelo.
It is done! The vessels have received both their memories and their souls. I hereby entrust them to your care. They belong to you now. Just be sure to guard them well, yes?
I have to like jump up in the air to grab them.
This will work, won't it?
It's so high.
Our theories have held thus far. But I make no promises about what is to come. Even the greatest mages in history knew better than to transport a soul across the rift. We, my dear, are in unknown territory. Prepare as we might, we cannot account for all possibilities. And it is in such circumstances that accidents are wont to occur. Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
All safely stowed away? I do hope so. All that remains then is to step into the mirror. Go now, and safe travels.
Did it? Are we?
We're home.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're all back.
Thank you. My body feels like a sack of popotos. But otherwise, I've never felt better.
That's because you're being washed over by 2 popotos.
That said, I doubt any of us will be fit to travel for some while. May we leave the rest to you?
The vessel beareth our comrade's blood. With it in thy possession, the way will surely open before thee.
What? But you've only just got here.
We need to go wake someone else up.
Tataru, might I trouble you to brew us all a pot of your special tea?
Enough for 1 extra?
Ah, and we may require an extra cup.
Yours is a long road, my friend, and it stretches onto places beyond imagining. With your every step, these grand adventures shall grow more distant and faint. And there may come a day when you forget the faces and voices of those you have met along the way. On that day, I bid you remember this. That no matter how far your journey may take you, you stand where you stand by virtue of the road you walked to get there. For in times of hardship, when you fear you cannot go on, the joy you have known, the pain you have felt, the prayers you have whispered and answered, they shall ever be your strength and your comfort. This I hope, I believe, here at memory's end.
Some days later.
What is it, Alize? Are you all right? Do you still feel under the weather?
Physically, I couldn't be better. Thanks to Kryle's ministrations, I'm already looking forward to our next fight.
I love her little hand movements there.
But seriously, don't you have anything to say about that?
She's jealous that she's not getting stronger.
No less impressive than our garments. You've outdone yourself, Tataru.
Feels like she doesn't actually have a new fit to go off of.
To give credit where it's due, I had help from a certain fiery pixie who visited me in my dreams. They gave me all the information I needed to get the details just right.
Thank you, Fayu.
For your weapons, though, I needed a lot more help. Thankfully, our favorite heads of state were happy to place their finest craftsmen at my exclusive disposal. Oh, and speaking of the Alliance leaders, they all expressed their unreserved elation at your safe return, and promise to come and see you in person as soon as they can.
They really needn't have gone to such trouble. But we'll be keeping these gifts all the same. Do pass on our gratitude.
I realise we haven't taken up new martial arts, nor have I ever been one to set much store by appearances. But I can't help feeling a certain lack of, I don't know, personal development.
I quite understand. But as you observed, the others had the more pressing need. Rest assured, our turn will come.
Alfino in the next expansion, who knows?
If I expend any more ether, I swear I will blink out of existence. I need a bite to eat.
Archon loaf.
Tataru, a cup of tea, if you would be so kind. And something sweet.
By Mistress Kryle's exhausted state, may I assume that the ward hath been restored?
Indeed. We succeeded in weaving it anew, albeit at a slightly diminished potency than when I had Becklug's assistance. It is no cause for concern, though. The tower is not easily reached, never mind breached. And even should some few succeed, their presence won't escape my notice.
Excellent.
My boy.
Said duty thus discharged, thou art free to go wheresoever thy fancy taketh thee. Upon which note, hast thou perchance come to a decision? The offer remaineth open.
Well, if you're certain that's what you... I mean, if you think I...
Raha, really?
Right. I accept. Henceforth, I shall count myself a scion of the 7th Dawn. Grahatia. At your service.
I love him.
When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But, like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short.
Help! Somebody help! Hippogriffs! Hippogriffs on the rampage! A giant flock of them! Please, we need help!
I could do with a little rampage myself.
What? Now wait, just a...
And there she goes.
Look at her, so elegant. Here we go again.
It's like, I'm gonna take the stairs like a normal person. She's gonna take the jump.
I will join the fray when I've finished my tea.
Thus did the Avatar of Destruction descend, and in her wake,
Wake
leave
leave
naught
naught
but tears and ash.
Shall we go?
And then, one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me, in the flesh.
Oh, we all know I would jump off that ledge as well.
So it was that a new adventure began. The memory of a dying world's end. Night after night. And I thought it but a tired old dream.
I say, I knew that securing the palace would provide your radiance with depressingly little sport, but that you should fall asleep out of boredom. Splendid, truly splendid. And my own preparations, you will be pleased to hear, proceed apace. Oh,
Take a few steps
yes.
forward. No?
They
Had to
proceed
teleport?
very well indeed. Frighteningly so. And we owe it not least of all to this singularly useful body I chanced to find. With the Populares now all but destroyed, it will be the simplest of tasks to discredit their groundless assertions that I met with a grisly end. And as the very much alive Lord of House Brutus, I have a vast fortune at my disposal. Ah, money, 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 the great motivator. There is simply no better way to move men and expedite plans than with its alluring glint. Would you not agree?
Good shot.
But wait, were we not acquainted, you and I? Should our familiarity cause you distress, I beg your forgiveness.
He's just like, who?
What did you say your name was?
Oh, a dagger through my heart, that my deepest desire should forever remain unfulfilled, to live unrecognized, to die forgotten. Oh. So it goes. Whatever this flesh may have been before, it serves only as a vessel now. And I, faithful Fandaniel, labor only to advance my lord's ambitions. Speaking of which, with the palace in our hands, we may now proceed with the next phase of the plan. But how very odd. Despite all our havoc wreaking, old Elidibus did not deign to appear. Dare I hope that the last of the unsundered is gone? Imagine it! Bound no more by the shackles of mouldering memories of damnable duty, free at last to live for the moment! Your radiance, but give the word, and I shall go forth and prepare for you your hunting ground.
That which awaited was a fell beast. Ferocious, ravenous, remorseless. Do as you will.
I love that voice cutscenes have become so much more frequent in this game. Gives me time just to enjoy the story without having to physically read. But that I could admire such a pretty face.
It has been too long, my friend. And insufferably dull in your absence. When you return to me, you will share everything. Every blow will be a story unto itself. Every triumph, every kill. Rest assured, we shall have a fitting stage for our reunion. Oh yes, to reprise that transcendent moment, I will set this world ablaze. And we shall dance before the pyre. The beast shall kindle the flames of the apocalypse. Into its domain shall the hero set forth, for the final chapter in the tale of this star.
Alright. I need to use the restroom very quickly. So I will be right back. Okay. Let's finish this quest. Begin 5.4. And go into our second to last patch for Shadowbringers. Ah, you're back. I just opened up my window and I'm getting some nice fresh air in this room for the first time in months because my window's been frozen shut. But it is beautiful out today. So we're getting some light. Tell me, Little, do you think I was excessively familiar earlier in my tone and mannerisms? Though it's better to be familiar than formal, if we are to be comrades, but now I worry that I may have detracted from the gratitude and respect I harbor for everyone. Perhaps we might consider it a nod to my regrettably less than humble beginnings. Yes? Yes, that will do. Being free to live as one pleases is not without its challenges. In a way, it was easier when I had a mission that consumed my every waking moment. It provided me with focus and constant push in a singular direction. By the way, casting spells always... Was casting spells always so draining? I had quite forgotten what it was like to do it without the tower. I've rarely felt so exhausted or hungry. Yet, if all I did was bend the bow, I would be of limited use on your adventures, so I shall persevere. Whoever I might have been before, I am now a scion, and an inexperienced scion at that. A green initiate, eager to learn how best to contribute to the cause, that he might follow in the footsteps of his inspiration. Down to the four of us on for today. Alright, Alize's quest. Oh, greetings, Little. Come to look on our friend. Rest assured, everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them, and have satisfied myself that they are all fine in health. As a matter of fact, they're just about to convene in the Dawn's Respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we? I wonder, 1, 2,
Well, my
3,
friends,
4. I might be
now that we have all
today.
settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I've a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows. In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission. Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Welcome back, everyone!
Lise!
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
I don't believe we've met.
Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
Grahatir at your service. I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it. Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength. Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
But tell us, Lise, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough?
Maybe.
Alright, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire. So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne. The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble. The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald, and we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Ah, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the tempered.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you use to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alisaie, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
Consider yourself not invited anymore.
I'll do my best.
Piss off, child. Go, do this. That sounds much better. We don't want you around here.
I was hoping you might join me.
You bet.
Don't worry if not, though. I won't
Me
hold
and
it
my
against
hat
you if
will
you'd
do
rather
it.
attend a stuffy meeting.
God, no. One meeting. Let's head on.
I knew you'd say yes.
I'll come too. If you don't mind, that is.
I love his outfit. Can we get that, please, in the future? We can dress like Y'shtola, Urianger, Kryl,
I'm sure they would be glad of your company.
Alfino,
Pray, enjoy your
Thancred,
time together with your hero.
Tataru, but we cannot dress like Garaha as far as I know.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
We can dress as Lys.
We shall be on our way then. Godspeed.
Okay. This is Alisaie's quest. Let me just go look at what the third dialogue tab that I can go look at anywhere. What I can just do is this. Doink, doink, doink. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind. And having proved that light corrupted are not lost, I'm convinced that the same must be said true for the tempered. Similar to those corrupted by Sin Eaters, the ether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alisaie, and it warrants full investigation. If there is even a chance we can save Gabu, we have to try, but however much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness, not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Backlog would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so, before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of the many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not of the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Alligans took more than passing interest in the subject. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the Aetherochemical Research Facility. Well, they are experimenting on primals and the worshippers, yes? Good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read the report on Aziz's Law. Which means we'll need an airship. Hehehe, an airship, you say? Meet me at the northern bank of Silvertier. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. Noom, 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 noom. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, what friends are on today? The private cottage and the lavender beds. Ah, beautiful. Da, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, da, da, da. Boing. Water. Delicious. Refreshing to a degree. It's not that cold anymore.
I give you the Bonanza, the Scion's very own airship. I built her as a company project with the help from our friends at the Rising Stones, and named her for luck and prosperity. Tataru, this is amazing. We're able to fly just about anywhere we want.
Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship, I see the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of the Scion's fabled coinkeeper.
I'd also introduce myself as a pilot, except the training didn't go quite as I hoped. It's alright, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. We have the same hair. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complementary of mana cutters. Is full with complement of mana cutters. Completement, I know how to read. By the way, feel free to use them around as is law. But enough talk, it's time to fly. All aboard! Choo choo.
There we go. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way the airship flies. Tataru, as I've done herself. Anyway, here we are in Azizla. And Alfino's report did not scare the place justice. Do the scare the place justice? This appears to be the helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and... yes, I believe I do have my bearings. Though this is my first time in Azizla, I do have some familiarity with the place, thanks to the records of the Crystal Tower. Unless I am mistaken, this place leads to an aetherite, beyond which there we will be an information terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. Don't let the sun touch you! Ah, soul without life. But you know what? It's not that. This one. I should go and buy the other crystals that I have access to at the moment, because I have all the gear that I need. And here is the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for reference to tempering. And there we are. Iconic corruption, an overview. That sounds promising. Indeed, let us see what this report has to say. Confound it. The contents appear to have been deleted.
No! Isn't there something you can do?
Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is where to look. It says there is a report written by someone named Owen. It is likely that he had kept a copy? I would say it is a distinct possibility, assuming he was a researcher here. He will have had quarters on the Hydaelyn. We can ascertain the details of the Hydaelyn at the Hydaelyn control. Let us return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the mana cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot, you already have sustainable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship then. We'll see you at the Hydaelyn. Alright. I'm going to take time to do the reset now. Just so, you know, we can go full through with the rest of this quest. Now, I do actually have quite a few games that I'm starting to line up and I want to start doing from now until Dawntrail. And then during Dawntrail, we will do a lot of what's it called? Basically all 14 again. And then once it is done, we shall go back to doing 3 streams of 14 and 2 streams of another game, or it depends, maybe 2 and 2 per week, or 2 and 3 per week of 2 14 3 other game. But it seems like dude. Okay. So this week, I believe will just be 14 still, but next week on the 8th, 9th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probably. So the 8th and 9th, the 15th, 16th, 22nd, 23rd will be all Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, or Crisis Core, not Ever Crisis. I have to go further up for that. I do. So again, I've been recommended to introduce myself to Zach in preparation for Rebirth. And then once Rebirth happens, we'll be doing 14 for 3 days and it for the Thursday, Friday. Today is Monday, so I actually need to check something really quick. Monday, XP and TP. Got it. So I'll set those up in case no one does by the time I'm out of this cutscene. Or this reading. So yeah, basically, by next month, we will be doing, or the end of next month, we will be doing Rebirth, or I guess the beginning of March. Running around. After that, you know, I might do some other games here and there. I do want to go and beat Baldur's Gate one of these days. I am going to be playing a solo run soon, just so I can get myself, you know, acquainted with it again and enjoy what it has to offer. A friend wants to play, what's it called? Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League together. So maybe I'll stream a little bit of that here and there on the weekends. Then there's Honkai Star Rail, which I want to start playing. I need to go through 7 Remake on stream, do 7 OG, you know, just a bunch of other stuff, while still keeping Final Fantasy XIV our main focus for the time being. But this is what brings me the most happiness when it comes to video games. There we go. Persona 3. I gotta play Persona 3. It has Alejandro Saab in it, and I love him. Which, if you guys don't know, is the VTuber Sayu. What a fantastic human. He also plays one of my favorite anime characters ever. So. I will go about and do that at a point as well. There's a lot of stuff that I will play through the future. I don't know if I want to make them all streams or if I want to make them videos. It really depends. I kind of want to stream games and then start, like, here's what I liked from the game. Here are my positives. Here are my negatives. And do, like, little reviews and stuff. Because that would be fun. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this node will be able to tell us of its number. There. From what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning, an evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Hemisphere is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. Bzz. Energy level critical, returning to base for recharging. Now, Alejandro does also do voices in Genshin. He plays Sino, but I'm not a fan of Genshin, sadly. It's just the way the combat is. For some reason, it's not my cup of tea. But I do like turn-based combat, so I am considering playing Honkai on stream. Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, or for example? Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through the yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As a sustainable source of energy, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that there are known to form at a point of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning-aspected ether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Allegan knowledge. Besides, my studies helped me to feel more connected to the source, to home. I must have explored the facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, 'tis more exhilarating than I can well express. Now, that lightning shard, if I may suggest, we split up and search the beta quadrant. Oh, but beware of the sprites. They are wont to manifest where the ethereal is stagnant. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. First to return, we're here with the shard wins. What do you say? Sounds good to me. Very well. It would be my honor to come in third. I feel like I should be riding the mana cutter just to fit in with them. Which I don't think I actually ever really rode the mana cutter. Okay, so we need heat of the battle. And TP and XP. Look at me. You punch. I feel like this is the first time I've done combat today. Which very might so actually be fact. Oh, oops. Bravo, that was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that I thought the prize slipped my mind. All thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. Who are you? We don't know who it is. What? No dramatic entrance? You've changed. Could be alluding to Raha, or could be alluding to... Alright, I'll do that one. Could be alluding to Emmett. But it was to him. Oh, you remember that. In my defense, I was caught up in the moment. It wasn't... It isn't very every day you get to meet an honest-to-God hero, after all. Well, the contest continues, so you better hurry back. Ah, but one last thing. Thank you, Little, for bringing me here. I think this is one of the few mounts that doesn't properly scale with the person. So this feels like a lot bigger than it has to be for a Lala. Yeah, see, these are all about the same size. It appears Alize had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we could both learn a great deal from Little. And not only about the secrets of adventuring, but come, we should attend to our mission. Excellent. The system's responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Hydaelyn. Only one obstacle remains, the security system within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes, but if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out at the first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Brim, 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 brim. It runs on bubbles and dreams. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. Depending on how this goes, I have 3 more quests till I get to my next dungeon. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption and overview sounds like a stadium thesis. Y'all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of ether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alfino's was more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Sharlayan's knowledge should be rightly used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alfino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little bit more open-minded. But deep down, he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should like to have met that young Alfino. For what it is worth, my thesis concerned the Allegan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the stadium. I didn't. Our thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Baldessian convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I consider it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. I know how to read. Gods, an Archon's thesis. I shudder to imagine the work involved, but enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out?
Initializing, scanning for the registered user. User not found. To proceed as a guest, please complete biometric authentication. I think this will help me do the voice a little bit more. Verifying. Beep boop. Bloop. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, your highness.
Never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga and Uni said as much when they granted this gift to me, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search archive for iconic corruption.
Searching. One item found. Iconic corruption and overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password.
Oh, go on then, your highness. Tell the nice note the password. Let's see. Open Sesame. Open Sesame. Glory be to Alig. Live long Emperor Xander. Please.
Blip bloop. Password incorrect. Please try again.
Confound it. Come on now. Passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance, password. Password. Now, Alize, that is very much what I would do IRL. That used to be my laptop's password when I had one.
The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden.
What did that thing just call me? Wild Rose.
Oop, password incorrect again. Be warned, any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated.
Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A simple misstep, and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this task may be for Sid. This may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax the Machina into cooperating, it is them. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. Money. We're so close to being able to get rid of all our money. Being able to soon put all this into use. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Rambaros did send word to the ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure for you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext. However much I might look forward to seeing him again, him and everyone, but come, let us be on our way.
I need to grab something really quick. I want something sweet. Not speaking up to me, not being on
My chair by accident.
There we go.
I have sour punches beside me now. It's been a while since I've had them.
They're so tasty.
Look at him, all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Let us go forward. Ooh. I liked her scythe. Bum 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 ba bum. Wonderful news, little. Tataru contacted Sid on our behalf. And he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I should like very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kryl? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to the recent events in Garlemald. According to the intelligence from our Doman allies, the War of Succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the province have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus, aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light in on his activities when they return.
Until such time as they do, the allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict. And so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working on friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever the intent, it is not a problem easily solved. The Leminsians, in particular, struggle in the effort, and Alfino and Ishtola have been called upon to aid them. So, as long as we're dealing with the Tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But, if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. And on a cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's respite? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. Beep, 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 beep. Stid. Forgive us for not coming sooner, my friend, as you have heard. Oh, God, the music. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have, had you not fulfilled your promise. I'm still struggling with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of me already had laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Well, well. A treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this Allegan's report. Just so, with an area clue to guide us. We could be here forever, and I'm still not guessed correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use to us, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambarus. It contains an Allegan dictionary.
Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to the terminal and set to work right away. Like that dings like a microwave. Ah, looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Ha, short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, milady. Node. Open the report entitled Iconic Corruption and Overview. Password, freedom.
Password accepted. Boop. Opening report.
This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanisms by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon which we call corruption refers to an alteration of ether of the soul. Said ether originally exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, the exchange of this changes. Their soul takes on the properties of the entity in question. By way of example, exposure to the ether of the fiend, Sephiroth, would cause a subject's ether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with the earth aspect in magic, as well as the preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributed to the elemental alignment. However, further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbly charged or stagnant during the process. The stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, and the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner, do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, the prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism, pardon me. Having discerned the mechanism of the iconic corruption, my colleagues and I have set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, my many assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. Subsequently, submitting a proposal to investigate the potential cures for corruption was, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Ammon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence, I've been stripped of my rank and title, and will shortly be expelled from the facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in hopes that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure to the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So, not even the Alligans were able to find a cure. Or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Ammon's decision. More importantly, this confirms the stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet were it so simple, were we simply to reanimate the tempered soul, I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may intensify it. One last piece of candy, and I am done. No. Pardon me there. We would somehow need to suppress the Primal's hold over the subject. At the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. What if we could make them remember who they were? But of course, memory transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By attempting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effect to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Though, thus restoring the sense of self. We could theoretically drown out the instruments of faith, false faith, which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. The theories seemed sound, and our experience treating the light corrupted would help us identify suitable memories for reanimation. Are you confident that you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempt to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not prove the basis for a cure. Then perhaps it is best we consider another approach. The doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics. Which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulation of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password, but it'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Accidentally started recording. Not intentional at all. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait. A password that could be easily guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective I believe to have motive was freedom through technology or some such. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop.
Right away, Chief.
Things are about to get very busy. Luckily, we have you to help, eh? Right, while Graha, Tia, and I configure the terminal, I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum, the fuel, the terminals, and ice shards, to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better.
Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on a gathering spree.
In that case, I'll trust Little and Alize with the ceruleum. Here is promissory note for each of you. Take them to the Sky Steel manufacturer in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. The people there will give you what you need.
Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan.
To the Kurthus hinterland. No, just to Kurthus. To the Holy See of Ishgard. To the Foundation. For justice, one and all. May the ever-blinding gods bring us truth among our will. Anyways. Boing, 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 boing. You stand in the Sky Steel manufactory. What is it you require? So you're after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Take me to the Aetherianum Astrologicum.
Bum 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 bum. Lenny Penny,
Part of the Snow Group. Ceruleum, you've come to the right place, man. You've come to the right man. Fair warning, though. The price has shot up on account of uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. Well now, a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's as good as gold to me.
Oh, my boy! And his wife.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
Sup?
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you?
Will do, buddy boy, will do.
What business brings you to our fair city this day?
Ceruleum, and lots of it.
A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if that's how much I don't know if that's how much ceruleum costs at this point. Or if that's even the context it's being set in. Tesco's Finest. What a great name, too. Speaking of it earlier in FC chat, Dragon's Dogma 2 comes out March 22nd, which is actually really awesome.
Oh, who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much? Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it. Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right,
Nero.
Garland?
Ask Jessie. She was the one who hired you. All I know is you're an employee of the Ironworks now, so you'll bloody well earn your keep.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Bet, my boy. Bet I could go for a little bit of a rest.
Damn it. It's overloading.
Chief! She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh!
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Of course it is.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There! I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Thank God you have the ability to memorize stuff like that so fast. Plot.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
She'll never run again.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Alright, let's do sorry for the delay. Alize. Alright, so this is Forget Us Not. At long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate. We cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I'm quite confident. Well, if we're gonna test it on someone, I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. As long as you exercise due caution. Yes. As long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado then, let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabu waiting long enough. To Limsa Lominsia we go. To Limsa Lominsia we go. Ah, so loud, so busy. Meow. Boing. A boingy. A spoingy. A doingy. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our host bring Gabu to us at once.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment? Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul. Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
Ooh. Fancy.
Hi, Angelo, buddy boy.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, Certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Wee woo.
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin.
Dun 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 dun.
Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn.
Grabs a gun, shoots the flying pig. Time for bacon. And they reveal that Raha is the truest villain of them all.
Tis done.
Do 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 do.
No small amount indeed. Oh.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allagans did not. It was never like to be easy.
He's got a point. Yeah.
The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one.
Would hope so.
I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
My faith is always within you. You're my family.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Well, this seems a good place as any to have a rest. This will be the quest that we end stream for, or after. And then tomorrow we'll go from the trial.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Don't tell me. Tell her. Why can I see my eye underneath my glasses?
I should, I know. Yet, despite my good intent, I have the feeling that I would only succeed in incurring her ire. Alize, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
It's the play.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy,
Look
glad.
at the baby boy.
Gaboo!
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan,
No. I love him.
but I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them.
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether, and while Alize was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gaboo, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then, the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya.
The real one.
The real one.
I love you can see, like, words in her staff's orb.
I have to go now, Gaboo, but the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
What a good little guy. I love him. I'll take the money. Yes, I will, 'cause it's cool.
Ready to go on an adventure. Yeah. Wow.
So, basically, what I've been doing over these past few, like, days, over the weekend specifically, right? is I've been running stuff as this character, or as this job. I've been going through the raids. I have to do Paradigm's Breach still. But I've been leveling up Gunbreaker, and being that it is at level 75, or 77, my bad. I want to get it, like, to the brink of 80, then do a stream where we just, you know, do the job quests for it, and then the next day, you know, we hop into Endwalker, being that the time is, in fact, right for it. So hopefully tomorrow we will go from this one, which gives us a dungeon, like Master Like Pupil, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including itself 6 away from the end of 5.4. And then we have 9 quests from 5.5 to 5.55, Death Unto Dawn. Which again, we will be running as a Gunbreaker, because why not? Let Ardbert get a taste of something other than Warrior, huh? Give him a familiarity and then give him a new feeling, but still as a tank, right? Which I'm very excited for. Now, after we do all of Endwalker, and we do post MSQ, it's not like I'm gonna be done playing 14. I still have a bunch of jobs to get to 90. I want to get my Gunbreaker to 90. I want to get Asho to 90. I want to get Dragoon to 90. Machinist, and then Red Mage. Those are the jobs I want to focus on, because they're the ones that I have the most interest in trying out. Now, I already know Astro. The only healer I've not gotten to 90 is White Mage. In the past, or on my other character, mainly because I just haven't touched White Mage in a minute. Now, White Mage is fun, it's just I prefer Sage. But Asho might be getting reworked, and Dragoon might be getting reworked. So I want to have both of those ready, and the ability to make like a fun little video, right? Let me have some water. Then for my physical ranged, you know, I haven't really touched Machinist. I've gotten Bard to 50 before. I've gotten Dancer to 85. Oh, I got Dancer to max, which was 80 at the time. And then for my magical ranged, I already have a level 90 summoner. I'm not the biggest fan of Black Mage, though I will level it up to 90. But Red Mage has my eye a lot. So I want to, you know, go down that route and check it out. So we have our plan. Do Endwalker, get to 90 on Gunbreaker, get to 90 on Astro, then go to Lancer, then go to Machinist, or then go to Red Mage and then go to Machinist, because that would technically be one of our lowest as well. I mean, Lancer would be our lowest, being 0, but I'll see what mood I'm in. And I'll go healer next, for sure. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go have some food, and clean up a little bit, and rest. So, I hope you guys, whoever is lurking, whoever is watching, whoever sees this as a VOD, you have a fantastic night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you are new, please like and subscribe. If you want to join the Discord, link is in the description. I just kind of post when I'm going live and talk with people in there every now and again. I'm going to start making a schedule for when I go live, so we'll see that on the board. But yeah, I'm going to get some rest. Tesco, if you are in here and you were just saying €100 for no reason, please like and sub. If you're not in here anymore, I hope you have a good day. Either way, I do hope you have a good day, actually. Same goes for anyone. But yeah, I'm going to go have some food, and then I'm going to run Paradigm's Breach, or I'm going to get myself to, like, 98. 98. 89. I know how to say numbers. Anyways, take care, guys. Have a lovely rest of your night. Bye-bye.